Hello, my country people them. We don't come live again today, the 21st of October 2022. As we now join, when I match fire for share and make it go far and wide. The topic of discussion is there on our screens right now, my country people them. When I match fire, as for the share countryman too, it could be busy in the share for this side. Now bear with me, we could play our Kumkum anthem while we would share. Now listen to this first.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa, we the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror, and your blessing shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.
There is a remnant ADF camp in Tanka, and they should know our restoration forces will come after them. The Alabo camp has been reconstituted into an ADF camp, and there are a few of them there terrorizing every Amazonian from Meta through Mancon and beyond, kidnapping them and taking ransom. We have a job to do, Chris. We have to go after these guys and decimate them.
Yes, you are very right.
It is uncalled for, because when they do it, it falls on the interim government, and correct. That is what we cannot accept. Look, that cross and die man is coordinating all the kidnapping in Mancon and Quen.
We don't talk this thing. Say AGOFC ADF, now a terror organization led by Lucas Cho Ayaba for Norway, with Benedict Kwa for US, with Ngong Emmanuel Ngong for China, and a number of them we wouldn't do flyers before put out their face. We go now go on a deliberate international campaign for all diplomatic services around the world, designating the AGOFC ADF, led by Cho Ayaba in Norway, as a terrorist organization.
Thank you plenty. Now we'll play our Cameroonianness and then we'll start the live broadcast properly. Today, on the 21st of October 2022, when on Friday, my country people will not share. Thank you plenty, my country people them. Today I bring Una a very interesting live broadcast. The presentation I bring on for Una, it will enlighten some of we about which way it go on ground zero, which way it go on as far as this Amazonian terrorism and the Anglophone zone it be concerned. So my show Una the topic of discussion where we discuss them today. We did now for this flyer, the 5 topics, the one we have the broadcasting for now, I will get 4 bullet points, but this one, I don't update them, so it get now 5 bullet points. So starting with bullet point number 1, we'll talk about the real Anglophone crisis. We'll talk about point number 2, where now when the teachers and the lawyers, they start strike for 2016, where the government be do. And also we'll talk about why and how the whole thing it be escalate, and then we could talk at the new bullet point that we add, point number 4, why the Amber terrorism it be necessary. It be not something where it be necessary for happen. And then we'll also go on to talk about bullet point number 5, understanding why our countryman, the Igwe, the Dr. Kumkumasa, the king of all the blacklegs, why we adopt this strategy where we use them, the strategy for go hard on the Amber terrorists, for call them shit no white blast, for use this particular style of communication in our fight against Ambazonia terrorism. I go explain them for now today. I go play a video for better explain that particular situation for now. So first things first, before I even go far, I want to show now this video. So if we now go for Facebook, we now go search Capo Daniel, now Facebook page that, okay, and I go actually encourage every person for follow the Facebook page because it gives some information where it may be pertinent for understand. So this particular video, it post them as now for day. I show now on the stylus. So as now for day, it post them about 6 hours ago, less than 7 hours ago, and then it talks say, Capo Daniel say, we made the territory ungovernable. Unfortunately, this is the result. We used to lie that Antanganji boys, but till today, no one has been able to catch one Antanganji boy. So we begin to tell the truth. The kidnappers or the kidnappings and killings are done by Amber boys, and some people taking advantage of the ungovernability or ungovernable state of affairs. Post on today. So now the video that I want to make we all watch this video. It could be a part of the presentation later on when I go understand better why I play this video. When I watch and listen.
Yes. Fellow Ambazonian. Today, Wednesday, the 19th of October 2022. Active people in this way, we don't cash and October. There are people then way, then you work key civilian them, harass civilian them in the name of Amber, take their property by force. The one way na then do and they say na Amber do am. The one way na military do and they say na Amber do am. So now picking them for General Spirito, Otuba, don't catch the one then so for night, breaking this morning, today 19th of October. As I talk for now, they see the bike them way they corner, and the bike in this way, the one I knew ZKT way, the boy them key person take away. Now another one this when a bazaar, all people that knew bike they don't sweat, work for the bike. This bad picking the job call one day go take them, key them. Then they only take the bike for the poor and they will kill them and take them for them. So I want me to talk with them up. You, let's be your name. You can talk fine. Your name is Clifford. You come over here. Come over small banking. And small bank in all the village when it's at Tuba. That way it's time for thief. Also on activity by them. You can talk fine. Which banking? Small banking. Oh, what's be your name? You come over which village? Also, I take the bike them.
Take the bike them for family side, for family side.
You take a family side? Now your friend is now? Oh, not to work at thief. When some Ambazonia now? You, they talk say you don't be a soldier before you run that true. You never be soldier. You've been a relative man.
Okay, my contributor. So since where Capo Daniel posted that video less than 7 hours ago, it don't get more than 20-something thousand views. That's how I don't know if you see the views there, but it don't get more than 20-something thousand views. As when I join this live broadcast, when I match fire for share and make it go far and wide. So we'll play for now some videos in the course of this live broadcast. So make we go now for go start with the first topic of discussion where I bring up now. So this one where we could talk about now say when the teachers and the lawyers strike it will start for 2016, what did the Cameroon government do about it? So a lot of Cameroonians, they don't go out there, they don't tell lies, bamboozle people, mislead people, mischaracterize a series of events and everything else for their own political advantage and political expediency. Now, the Archbishop of Bamenda at the time, Bishop George Nku, obviously, he not gain no political ambition or any political leaning, despite the fact that the Catholic Church be sympathetic to the Amber terrorism in the beginning. Okay, so one of the reasons why it be very powerful for we to read this particular communique where it be drafted and released by the Archbishop George Nku of Bamenda at that time. So we will read them in a 4-page document for give una a clear understanding of the state of affairs for 2016 December. So when I see I'll get my stylus. When I see for day, this letter be written on the 6th of December 2016 at the Archbishop's house, P.O. Box 82, Bamenda, Northwest Region. Okay, and it come out from the secretary or the secretariat. Bamenda Provincial Episcopal Conference, which is the same Episcopal Conference which is being led by Archbishop Nkea today. So now, it talks, the title of that communique is an appeal by the bishops of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda concerning the sit-down strike or strike action called by the teachers' trade unions of the English-speaking subsystem of education. Dear brothers and sisters, grace and peace to you, God, blah, blah, blah. It's 1. For almost 3 weeks now, many of the educational institutions, government, denominational, and lay private, from nursery schools to universities in the northwest and southwest regions of Cameroon, have not been functioning due to the sit-down strike or strike action called by the teachers' trade unions of the English-speaking subsystem of education. The strike action, which gave room to some disgruntled Cameroonians to engage in public demonstrations, has caused an uneasy atmosphere that in some places has degenerated into violence, leading to the destruction of property and even the loss of life, particularly in the cities of Bamenda and Boya and their neighborhoods. We are relieved by the fact that the Prime Minister and head of government immediately responded by initiating the process of dialogue with the leaders of the trade or teachers' trade unions in order that the strike action may be suspended and eventually called off. We regret the impasse in which we now find ourselves because of an apparent intransigence on the part of the leaders of the teachers' trade unions and the fact that other groups with different objectives are exploiting the situation. So when I see him say the Archbishop, he put them clearly, he talk about because of the apparent intransigence on the part of the leaders of the teachers' trade union. And he talk about how some other groups, they get their different objectives where they exploit the situation. Now, 2016 December, there's barely a few weeks after the teacher strike it be start. Make una understand that this premise, okay? Now, paragraph number 2, it talks, we the bishops of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda cannot be indifferent to the strike action taking place in the educational and legal sectors within the territorial circumscription of the northwest and southwest regions. We recognize and experience the difficulties that such a state of affairs brings to the English-speaking regions in particular and to the integrity of our country, Cameroon, in general. Our citizens and parents and children are living in a state of anxiety, wondering what will become of our society and of the children so grossly affected by the strike action. A society that does not educate its youth puts into question the very survival of its future. Okay, so that one, now the first page. Now make we go to page 2. It's the future and prosperity. The high-stake situation we are living through now calls for the concerted effort of all and sundry to redress the challenges facing our educational system so that our society can return to the peace and tranquility Cameroon is known for. Paragraph number 3. the bishops, the talk say, in the past, we have been involved in defending the English-speaking subsystem of education by addressing letters to the government. Although some of these letters were private, they have all borne enormous fruit for the protection and survival of this subsystem of education. It go on for talk about, for example, GCE, an open letter to the Prime Minister, head of government of the Republic, blah, 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 blah. It quote one of the letters. It go on for talk, say, we stand for truth, justice, and peace, and for an educational system based on ethical, moral, and religious values. That is why we clearly understand the rights of the teachers in making their voices heard and in protesting about all that they consider is going wrong in the English-speaking subsystem of education in Cameroon. The social doctrine of the church provides or approves strike actions as a last resort to establish dialogue in order to settle industrial disputes and guarantee social justice. Okay? It go on for talk. Say paragraph number 4. It says the church teaches that all men of whatever race, condition, or age, in virtue of their dignity as human persons, have an inalienable right to education. This education should be suitable to the particular destiny of the individual, adapted to their ability, sex, and national cultural traditions, and should be conducive to fraternal relations with other nations in order to promote true unity and peace in the world. It go on for talk. It's understanding the English-speaking subsystem of education in Cameroon and protecting it is a matter of respecting, protecting, and promoting the cultural identity of English-speaking Cameroonians and the values which are inherent and embedded in their culture. Within this educational subsystem, we can never ever talk of Anglophone Cameroon anymore. If you really want to, then you go on paragraph number 5. It talks, it is important to respect the conventions that bind us together as people or as a people. The bicultural nature of our country, which enriches our diversity, should be a treasured commodity and guides our interaction with each other as children of the same father. The 1998 law on the orientation of education in Cameroon, equal the law, talks one reaffirms our bicultural options as a nation by stating that there are two subsystems of education in Cameroon. The second paragraph of the same article emphasizes the fact that the two subsystems would each preserve their specificity in their respective methods of evaluation and certification. It is therefore expedient that in the evolution of our country as a nation, such tenets of its constitution are respected so as to preserve the peace and harmony of our society. 6. We recognize the efforts that the government of Cameroon has been making towards trying to break the stalemate of the teachers. We laud the efforts of the Prime Minister and head of government who came to Bamenda and dialogued with the teachers for 2 full days and subsequently created a committee that will work out go to page 3, will work out a permanent solution to the problem. In fact, most of the conditions advanced by the leaders of the teachers' trade unions for the suspension of the strike action were accepted by the Prime Minister. If there has been reticence by the teacher or the leaders of the teachers' trade union in accepting the proposals made by the Prime Minister in the recent offer of dialogue with the teachers, it does seem to be due to what they perceive as the unfulfilled promises of the past. When I see the Archbishop, and they talk about, say, the teachers' trade union now, they are not even now talking about their grievances of today. They are talking about perceived or unfulfilled promises of the past. Now they want for reignite or re-litigate something will be happening from 1961, 1972, 1984. When I see the direction where they go, this one, knowing our countryman write this communique, now the Archbishop of Bamenda at the time for 2016, December the 6th. Paragraph number 7, it talks saying, we therefore appeal to the government to continue this process of dialogue by ensuring that veritable and verifiable guarantees are given on decisions taken to resolve the grievances of the teachers' trade union, who represent the popular opinion of our people. We cannot continue to play the politics of the ostrich. We humbly exhort the government to do everything in its power and within the shortest time possible to engage in an honest and credible dialogue with the teachers' trade union to resolve the issues affecting the English-speaking subsystem of education at all levels. Paragraph number 8. It says, our children, our parents, and our school communities have borne the brunt of the current prolonged strike action, and our children's future is being compromised. We recognize the effort of the government through the steps already taken to try to resolve the issue at stake and believe that all the efforts already made are in good faith. Our children are already tired of staying at home, some of whom will be sitting for public examinations within or with children of other regions. The parents whom the teachers substitute in their classrooms and who are making enormous sacrifices for education of their children are becoming as exasperated. We must, in conscience, give the children a chance to prepare for their future while we work to create a conducive society for them to realize their dreams. If we are fighting for a better future for our children, it would not be proper to compromise their dreams for that very future by holding them from going back to school. Children cannot be used as instruments for the achievement of political ends. Children cannot be used as instruments for the achievement of political ends. When I say it was not even about striking for about educational situation or the Anglophone subsystem of education. It was not about that. Right from December 2016, the church, the Catholic Church, saw that these children, their education and their future were being held hostage for political ends. No, na me talk achievement of political ends. It go on for talk say, it will be gross abuse of their right to education. We, therefore, earnestly appeal to the leaders of the teachers' trade union to accept the process of dialogue already offered by the government so as to resolve the issues concerning the English-speaking subsystem of education and get our children back to school as soon as possible. Paragraph number 9. The Archbishop writes, we earnestly appeal to the teachers at all levels to remain focused on what they need to do to reform our educational subsystem without letting themselves be manipulated or hijacked by people with objectives that are not academic. Why did they talk about that particular point? Because they knew, even the Archbishop, every single Anglophone elite, not just some of we will be younger, below the age of 40, below the age of 30, we will be bamboozled and misled. Every Cameroonian will be above the age of 50, knew exactly. So the SCNC was created for one purpose only, for divide Cameroon. They did not hide it. They did write down for their t-shirt. They don't get this amber flag since 1980s. When they write down for, they say the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, Federal Republic of Southern Cameroon, FRSC. They did write down. It was public. So now, when this thing is started, you see how the bishop it explained that for una. Say people are trying to use it for political ends, and people then it talk about people being say maybe the teachers' trade union not allow themselves to be manipulated and their cause be hijacked by people with their objectives. It not get anything to do with the academic or about the education or the Anglophone subsystem of education. Ambazonian terrorism has nothing to do with the original declared grievances of the Anglophone teachers and lawyers. Nothing. They came from nowhere. And at the beginning, even me, I will talk about how they hijacked the teachers and lawyers strike. Wrong. The teachers and the lawyers who started the strike are the ones who all, they are SNC, Now the people in that way, they get their ulterior motives. They had no intention, no interest whatsoever for talk about, for resolve. Because as soon as I'm throughout this communique way, the Archbishop, they put them out for 2016, it talk about how the Cameroon government, it dialogue with them in good faith. Now the Prime Minister, it come up from Yaoundé, it come with a delegation of about 4 or 5 other ministers, for can sit and talk with the teachers trade union for resolve their grievances. Now the Cameroon government initiate dialogue with them. And then now that the Archbishop, they beg the teachers and the lawyers, say make them accept make they accept the dialogue with the Cameroon government initiate with them. And it talks that the Cameroon government has already done a lot for address the grievances where the lawyers and teachers, they talk say they are being aggrieved for. Okay, now make a continue. So, it's Article 8 of the 1998 law on the orientation of education in Cameroon states that education whose application you seek is apolitical. You see, the bishops, they actually quote the Cameroon law, or the 1998 law on the orientation of education in Cameroon. Article 8 states that education, which is the application you seek, because now the teachers trade union, they start the strike. The one for, according to them, what they set out publicly is totally different from the actual intentions they had. The intentions they had right from the beginning was Ambazonia terrorism. That was it. They don't get no interest. No. Now why that way? Nothing, no be there where the Cameroon government could have done for satisfy Agbobala them and Tasang and all these people, the way they talk, say they go strike, they talk about the Anglophone subsystem of education, all that nonsense. Nothing. The Prime Minister at that time, this was my countryman for Okude, Pa Philemon Yang, came down into Bamenda, na Northwest man, Oku. He came down for Bamenda. He can talk to Agbobala, them talk to Tasangwe for them. Hold public conferences, them private conferences for 2 full days where they should not put there 12, 13 hours, knocking their heads, dialogue, negotiating, all things. The government accepted every single proposal where the teachers they be talking. They talk say, oh, when I don't send Francophone teachers, government say, yes, we agree, we accept. Now, this is what we're going to do about it. Minister of Education handle that. Minister of Education, go back. Go work that night, come back with a resolution, talk to this, now what this way go do for address that. And by the second day, these teachers, and they come back now, they change everything. They just move the goalpost. They were not even expecting, say this, so the Cameroon government, it go capitulate. They were not expecting it, but when the Cameroon government, it capitulate and it grant them all their wildest dreams, they shift the goalpost. They talk, say, okay, now, we want federation. First of all, before we even come about federation or independent or whatever, when I see which way the law talk, the 1998 law, it talks about it. Education is apolitical. Apolitical, we mean, say, wait, you know, they mix education of picking them into politics. You know, we use education as a political tool. Now, the law that for Cameroon. So if you want for address educational, and one of the things that way, and I think I don't talk about this before, the Prime Minister of Cameroon, head of government, is appointed by the head of state. The head of state is elected by the people. Prime Minister, or the head of state, when the president, if he will come tomorrow, he replace the Prime Minister, he just appoint someone new. It be at the discretion, you therefore serve, because now you the form government. When he be elected, then he get the responsibility now for forming government. Now he go appoint ministers them, including the Prime Minister. Okay? The Prime Minister, he not get a mandate given by the people. He not change the constitution of the country. He not get no role for play. Now only elected people then, because when you be elected, you get given a mandate by the people where they elect you, send and put them for that office. For Cameroon, our representatives there, members of parliament, are elected by the people, so they get given a mandate. Now, why that way? When you be elected, you get to serve your 5-year term on a 4 years or whatever term when I get for Cameroon. No man, nothing move you for that position except the people the way they put you for there. And now, why that way? You get certain immunities. They don't feel just catch you, lock you up, and all of those kind of things. That you get immunity because you be elected by the people and sent for represent the people. The president, head of state, is also elected by the people and sent to represent the people. But the Prime Minister is appointed. The Prime Minister cannot discuss about changing the laws in the country because that is not his job. The parliamentarians write the laws. debate the laws, and vote on the law. When the law passed, then they send it now to the presidency. The president, if he signed on the law, president also get the power for veto the law, for deny it, for sign up. Okay? So now those people, them. So as a prime minister, if he can't grant una independence, that would be rewriting the constitution of the country. If it grant una federation, that would be rewriting the constitution of the country. The only people that get the authority for do that, for write the laws of the country, now the elected parliamentarians and your elected president, head of state. They can do that. And then the Senate. Okay? But prime minister has no such power. So now, make we continue. So, you see now, Bishop Kia continues to say, he said, the education which what you seek is apolitical, and you should remain apolitical if you are to truly fight for the English-speaking subsystem of education. He tell them, say, if I want to fight for the, if I truly, now why did they talk? Because right from the beginning, December 2016, the 6th of December, the first week of December, even the Archbishop knows that these people are not there for anything to do with education. They are there for political expediency. They just use this in their education as leverage. They hold them hostage for their political ambition. So now it go on for talk say, okay, where was I? Okay, it said, that is what we were made to believe when you started your strike. Therefore, as you engage in further dialogue with the government to iron out the issues still left to be resolved, we call on you to facilitate the return of all our children to school. We call on leaders of the teachers' trade union to suspend the strike action and tell the teachers to go back to the classrooms so that we may give dialogue a chance and enable the government to show proof of its goodwill. Okay, now page 3 that completed. We'll go to page 4. Now the last page that. Paragraph number 10. It talks say, we strongly condemn the violence that is being perpetrated by some groups of young people who are exploited by unscrupulous people. We call on their families to keep them at home or to keep them at home. We also vehemently condemn the acts of brutality, torture, inhumane, and unjustified treatment that some members of the forces of law and order have inflicted on some Cameroonians, and the shameless abuse of human rights and dignity. Violence can only generate violence. We call on the government to restrain the action of the forces of law and order and bring those who have been irresponsible to justice, so that true peace may reign. So now, when I always write, when I go for Facebook, when I want to write rain, I see when I write rain, like saying rain will fall from the sky, R-A-I-N. That's not the rain we mean. Reign as in, for example, a king reigns, or the reign of a monarch, or whatever. That's how you spell it. It's R-E-I-G-N. That's the reign we talk about. You know, when now the small slight differences between person where they actually go big book and person where enjoy hear some person talk, he to copy them, they talk and they go, no way to where they talk. Enjoy hear person talk say we want peace reign. You think say they talk say you want me peace reign like rain for rainy season, it fall on top of you. No, that's not what we mean. I hope someone see the difference. That's the reign they mean, R-E-I-G-N. Okay, let peace reign. Okay, so now we continue. They say, we count on the goodwill of all our concerned. Sorry, let me repeat. We count on the goodwill of all people concerned in resolving the challenges facing our country at this moment to do all in their power in a spirit of true and credible dialogue and understanding to guarantee a better future for all our children and to safeguard the integrity of our fatherland. Safeguard the integrity of our fatherland. Why when I think say Bishop Nkudi talk about safeguarding the integrity of our fatherland? Because right from the beginning, while the Prime Minister, head of government be there inside Bamenda, you will get people that talk say, we don't go. Ambazonia must be free. Because it was not hidden. Ambazonia terrorists, they literally have no friends and no secret. It was not hidden. They were speaking it out publicly. They agbobala them and Tassan Wilfred them. They be the mask and cover them upside down. So it's about protecting Anglophone subsystem of education. For make Anglophones feel like say something they hold dear is being threatened, for galvanize around and you know, for galvanize the population, and also for the Anglophones then for support their cause or their movement or whatever. But their true motives were ulterior. They were hidden. Their true motives, they don't always be in a separation, secessionism. And I waited this way, the bishop, they talk, they say, we do all for safeguard the integrity of our fatherland, our territorial integrity that they talk about. Cameroon, one and indivisible. So now, paragraph number 11, Bishop talks, say, we are currently engaged in preparations for the coming of the newborn king. Our Lord Jesus Christ, wait now, basically Christmas. It go on for talk about Christmas, because this, as we see, it's done in Bamenda on the 6th day of December 2016. Okay, signed Bishop George Nku, okay, Bishop of Kumbo, and the president of the Bamenda Provincial Episcopal Conference. Okay, I hope say that one it be abundantly clear, my contribution. So when I fit, I hope say from this analysis what Giuna, when I fit see who's way the Anglophone agitation it be lead we. Right from the very beginning, they had no intention for talk about advancing the Anglophone subsystem of education or whatever. That was just the cover they wanted to initiate this ambassador terrorism madness. Every single person where he don't ever join the SCNC, where he know anything about the SCNC, he understands that the SCNC was created from its inception for divide Cameroon. They never ever hide them. Even that flag where the amber terrorists they use them today, say the amber flag, it not the flag of the SCNC right from then. And for that SCNC, they be right and for the under they say FRSC, Federal Republic of Southern Cameroon. What does that mean? That is secessionism. Okay, my contributor. Now, we don't deal with that one when I don't understand which will be happening for 2016. So when I see now for 2022, when I hear Anglophones, they will talk about dialogue. No. The Cameroon government don't do everything for dialogue with them. Now them be denied them dialogue. No mind how today the whole thing don't backfire. Now them the beg dialogue. Now them the beg dialogue now. Time when they become dialogue with them. They say we are gone. We don't go we. We don't go we. We must be free and all of that nonsense. Okay. Now make we move on to point number 2, where I talk about what and how did it escalate. Basically, I don't already answer that question. If you now follow my analysis, because I don't stop for 1 or 2 places them for give my own take on which way the Archbishop could be right. When I go understand, it escalated because Amber terrorists had no interest in dialogue. They start that strike with the full knowledge and understanding, saying that they are one and only opportunity this for divide Cameroon, for separate Cameroon, for cause chaos and instability inside Cameroon. Which way they will think, where they will bank on, their calculation will be and say, when they cause the upheaval, a few thousand people they could be killed, maybe 2,000, 3,000 people they could be killed, and then it go force international attention on the issue. And that international attention, it go force the Cameroon government, Yaoundé, for grant Anglophones and political concessions, because all of these things has always been about political power. It don't get nothing for do with the ordinary Anglophone Cameroonian. And then I will go on now for go talk for now about that point number 1 with there on the screen, the real Anglophone crisis. But we'll come to that. We'll come to the real Anglophone crisis in a bit. So now I don't understand how now it escalated, because now the Prime Minister I realize say enough it dialogue, enough it negotiate, enough it come to a consensus with these people then, because they are not discussing or or protesting with a genuine concern for the Anglophone subsystem of education. They don't get the interest of the kingdom at heart or their communities. They just want individual political aggrandizement and for project themselves politically. They want concessions from Yaoundé. They want appointments. They want this and that. That's all they wanted. And we get nothing for do with they don't send lawyers or where they talk French, or they don't send teachers where they do nonsense. That is absolute nonsense. It had nothing to do with that. My contributor now. So now for talk about the third part of the presentation. Before I talk about that, I want to show now this particular screenshot where me I do. I'm just a few minutes before I come live. So now one of the videos in this way, These were black leg. It don't post them out there, which is fantastic. But ma tell you something. You dare like person where you light candle and then you put them under your bed. Okay? Which is good. Say you light candle, you bring light into the world. But then why you put them under your bed? So that made the light no shine. Why you go post for 2022? We still get black legs and where they post where it be private. I don't understand. And then the funniest thing I say, when I order black legs and when I see them, then pass when I need to educate you. That post is private. And now why that when I say that post it don't do live for more than 9 hours. See how many shares? 0. No share. When I know why? No one can share it. Because you post on private, only your friends can see it. And now why do you say this? So after 9 hours, this video getting only 21 views. Because you light your candle, put them under bed. When you light a candle, you're supposed to put them on top table so that let it shine. Make the light fill out the room. Okay? So, Moon, I know to make that kind of mistake again. I don't do live broadcasting for educate when I have to use Facebook and all of those things then. When I get to don't understand by now. Okay? So, please don't make that mistake again. And if you see some black leg, they make that same mistake, correct it. Now, before I come down, the next point where I want to talk about, I want to explain for Una. Maybe Una understand why Una countryman MKPD adopt the strategies the way me I adopt them. For call the amber terrorists and shit, no white blast and deride and then post their dead body pictures them and all of those things them. I want to make we the black ladies understand and also understand how effective the strategy it be. In order for make Una understand, I will play for Una this short video when I only 1 minute and 38 seconds. Una listen to this.
When the La Republic Army arrest you and they find out any mark on you, they know that you are one of us because all of us we are having these marks.
Odeshi.
And they notice any mark on you, they know immediately that you are an Amazonian freedom fighter, and they'll find a way to kill you. It is very difficult for them to kill one freedom fighter. Very, very difficult. If you hear that they ever kill a freedom fighter, it is only when they happen to catch him alive. Even if you tie a bag of cement and throw me into the water, I will still come out. In the whole wide world, I'm the only person who can harm myself. If you want to do it intentionally, you won't succeed. I will survive.
So this is a kind of magic.
Yes, it's a kind of African magic used to protect yourself during warfare. So this is what is helping us because our ancestors are with us, because we don't have the weapons to fight. This is what they use to shoot us. They themselves, they know that if we can lay hand on such weapons, they cannot fight us for up to 2 months. We'll send them out of our land. They know that. They used to confess it by themselves.
Yeah, you hear who?
That's what is happening.
Anything? This is my bullet. Always prepare for them.
So my country people, when I don't watch that video, most of that picking they when I see for that video, if not all of them, they don't already be compromised. Now the first thing that I want to get for understand. Now, the other thing we want to get for known as activity, that picking they talk about, say they no fit die. That other one talk about say, even if they tie back cement, throw away inside water, it will come out alive. The funniest thing I said, then they showed the kind bullet, 50 caliber bullet or something like that, where they use them against them, and then they confess and say they don't have them, they don't get them that capability and those weapons them they don't have. But at the same time, this people they believe, say they no fit die. Now, if you see this kind of picking the way they be so brain dead, so brainwashed, so poorly educated, so illiterate, where they actually truly believe, say they no fit die. One talk about how no person no fit harm me for this world. Now only ye fit harm himself. But of course they don't kill the foot one since. It don't stay alive. Now, when me I be just start they follow this Ambazonia terrorism on Facebook. After the terrorists that attacked me, I decided to do a little bit of research to understand why I almost got killed by people I consider to be my own brothers. When I go for Facebook, I started watching the videos, them Eric Tato, Tapang Ivor, Yabacho Lucas, and Sakoi Komen, Chris Anu, and all of those things. And then I start see videos, them where the idiots, they post them for social media. The one that they talk about, oh, Deji, where them they. And I realize that they actually believe that they cannot die. Now, when you have that kind of a specific and unique situation where you know, say they will kill the foot worm, but he believes he know if he die, how do you get a message to that kind of stupid, illiterate shit, no white blast? How? How do you talk to them? It's simple. You talk to them in the language they understand. And that explains why we, the country people, them, we did talk the way we did talk. Now, why that way? We did only talk pidgin. We did talk not only, despite the fact that we talk English past probably every single person on this planet. I know the brag, but I live in England long enough. But I decided for talking a pidgin because I need them to understand. Call them shit, no white blast, because that is what draws their attention. I need them to listen to my message, whether they like it or not. We post their pictures then because that's what draws their attention. They are illiterates. When you post the picture, ego must can't read what we write them. You don't get choice. When you write something and you post something where you they part of the group for that video or for that area, ego must can't she don't read them. You don't get choice. And then they ask some person. And when they kill the shit, no white blast tram, you carry the dead body right on top, then laugh. Because now picking them that way, they don't get sense. They only get emotions. So you tap into where they understand emotions. You play the emotional game with them. You make them even angrier. I don't tell you before. It'd be 1,000,000 times easier for make man vex than for make man like you. So which one do you think I'm going to do? Go out there and begin to say, my brothers in the bushes, we are just pleading with you, our brothers. Why? Because I want them to like me. You know how long it will take for make one person like me? When we're in 1 second, I feel make it hate me. Either ways, hate or love, now two sides of exactly the same coin, and I am the coin. I want them to pay attention to me and the message I bring, so that I will try to impart knowledge and put small water inside that coconut head, so that they will learn sense. And the only way for sure for the shit no white blast themselves, they are not invincible. Now for sure they die body of their colleagues, the way they take the same or day shit together, where they don't compromise the shit no white blast, throw for ground. That is the only way. So that's why countryman it start the activism. That's why I started to record videos. I started to make voiceovers. That's why I started to take their die body picture of them, right on top of the shit. No white blast don't die and then laugh on top of them, publish them. Because it gets their attention. And they cannot ignore countryman. Go up, count down, they cannot ignore me. When I don't believe me, when I listen.
But this is the reality. People listen to the devil himself.
Me.
My country people of La Republic. More than they listen to some Amazonian activists. This is the reality.
So when I don't get that reality check, now me I talk if now me I talk when I go talk say I did toot my own horn or I did seek attention. No be me I talk Now na enemy. He call me the devil, but he no fit ignore me. He no fit ignore country people because the strategies where we put them down, it be effective and now they produce results. Will be result driven. Okay? I don't care about attention way for some politician or government or whoever will give me. I don't care about financial reward. I don't care about recognition or attention or whatever. We care about the results. If I put the picture out there, I know exactly the target audience who will see that picture and how they will react once they see that picture. I want their emotional reaction because, first of all, for them, for carry guns, go for bush, it was an emotional response. It not be that because they be shut down, they think, they use their faculty, and they get a cogent debate and argument, and then they come up with a resolution, say, okay, make we go bush. No, they were just angry. They were misled, manipulated, radicalized. Picking when no, it never ever go in Francophone zone. You can't tell you how Francophones they marginalize it. Ask you say how. You don't know it how. You could just hear and hear some person talk and then you repeat them. Yes, just like how the people did the work at talk say let peace reign. Because you don't hear some person talk about rain. You too, you believe say maybe not rain, R-A-I-N, where they talk about. You don't know, you say someone talk about something else, R-E-I-G-N. Now the rain that way they talk about. But you just hear let peace reign. You hear the rain, you think that rain will fall from the sky. You write, you go to for Facebook, say let peace reign. It's ignorance. Because and trust me, I need to insult nobody. Me, I be ignorant in brain surgery, I be ignorant in rocket science. I be ignorant in vehicle design and space travel and a bunch of other things. I be ignorant in 99.999 things on this world, but I be very learned when it comes to Ambazonia terrorism and a few other things. So every person, they get their own area of expertise and their own area of ignorance. Generally, Cameroonians be ignorant about even Cameroon. That's the point I'm driving at. Now, Eric Tato may give you another appraisal.
Lesson number one, my country people talk about it. Listen, whether or not you accept my country people is a force to reckon with. Me, I agree. He's an enemy that is strong. So we got to be technical to what he do. So Ambazonians will thank my country people for the wonderful job. Now, we'll go ahead.
Yes, make we go ahead. So when I say the strategies the way we put them in place, they produce the results where they be undeniable. Even the Amber terrorists themselves, they can't confirm code. They can't tell una, say my country is a force to reckon with and blah, 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 and all of those things then. Because of the results where we produce them on the ground, they be undeniable. When I understand. Another appraisal.
Now the infighting, if we lost this war, God forbid, I'm not going to even blame the Republic again. Look at their own activists. Look at this criminal, where they call it, Conrad Titus. In fact, that guy, he don't fight war for La Republic more than La Republic to Cameroon soldiers. Today, as they never go kill civilian, Conrad Titus don't post a video of UN person where they talk about how they don't say Amazonia and La Republic to Cameroon, they get everything in common where they don't feel separate. Now the video where they circulate on social media. I mean, every day he's trying to do something for saying La Republic defeat us. It be focused. It be so focused.
Oh yes.
To the point where they miss one day where never trying to put something out there to derail our people, to confuse our people for your own interest. That is a contractor, because even Conrad Titus, they recall him one of my country people, that loser, that criminal. If he not say La Republic of Cameroon be fine, if you leave UK where they go live now for
that, when I get the point. So those are appraisals, just a few. Mark Barretta again, own way don't talk. All of them, they cannot ignore country people because of the strategies where we use them. It be very simple, very basic. We get the job done. You see the results for yourself. You see the beginning, they drop their guns every day, go for DTR center. You see every day the Amber terrorists, they fight amongst themselves, like actually how Langmi next to come off for talk. It's not the infighting. It's if we lose this war, of course, why would they be saying that if it was not a possibility? It's if we lose this war, God forbid, I don't even blame the Republic. I will blame us. So you see the state of confusion. You see the infighting and all of those things then. Now me akosam. So now part 3 that we don't talk about for make una understand why countryman he adopt the strategies where we adopt and for fight against Ambazonia terrorism. It be very simple. It be effective and it produce results. And it be very simple because I don't care whether the Amber terrorists were there for Bush like me or not. As a matter of fact, I want you for hate me. Because when he hate me, it will be laser focused on me. And while we try for attack me, ego must can consume the information when me had to put them out there. And now why that way, even though they are also called activists, them from Langmin Nestor to Capo Daniel to Eric Tato to Mark Barretta, all of them to Chris Anu, Sako Ikome, all of them, they don't mention Una Countryman in name. They cannot help themselves because of the results we produce on the ground. My country people then. So as a matter of fact, I want to drink some more water. In the meantime, while I drink water, we'll listen to Cameroonianness. Thank you plenty my contributor for part 2 of this live broadcast. We will talk about the real Anglophone crisis, and then we will talk about why Ambazonia terrorism it actually be necessary. So, as I don't see them, from the very first day, when the Anglophones them, they carry Chaka from Kwaidai gun, they fall for Bush, they said they go fight Paul Biya. Una listen for yourselves. No be me I go talk now, na Mark Barretta.
In fact, this thing called IG, it has killed our boys more than the way First Cameroon has killed our boys. That is the truth. That's the truth. Look at how the so-called IG forces in Bui took ADF guys and killed them just like that. There's Sako comes out and say we should access Cameroon. So just imagine. So please, to conclude this show, I will talk to that my boy is foolish. And I want to maintain that word.
So now Mark Barretta that way it talks it is so the number of the Amba terrorists where they be killed by the Amba terrorists it outnumber the ones that will be killed by the Cameroon government. In your own mouth. No be me I talk him. Okay? So from the very first day where the Amba terrorists they carry guns, they go for bush, what have they done? They start kidnapping for ransom, they block road, collect money, they destroy roads, burn down hospitals, them from the one for Kumba and the one for Manfe, burn down schools such as QRC Okoyong and a bunch of other schools them around the Anglophone zone, kidnap our chiefs, traditional rulers them, hold them hostage, collect ransom, kill someone them. Stop what picking them, they no go for school, they talk, say, Gary this, Gary that. Any picking go for school, they cut your hand off. That is what the Anglophones have done to themselves. Now, what that way they do as soon as the Karachaka from Kwaidai gone, they go for bush. Now, what exactly is the Anglophone crisis? The Anglophone crisis is ignorance. That is the true and the real Anglophone crisis. Ignorance, now the first thing. Then you get political frustration. Now that political frustration, it lead to the lies telling. And the lies telling, if it succeed, because the population at large, it already be ignorant, gullible, easily manipulated. That is the Anglophone crisis. That is the crisis we have today. And now why that way? When you go in the Anglophone zone, you go around for the political sphere or the business, anywhere, or around for Northwest or Southwest, you no go hear any person a complain about marginalization for this 2022. Why is that? Una one tell me say the marginalization is stopped since Amba terrorists they pick up guns. So now Amba boys they don't solve all Anglophones their problems. No be so. Una be pick up guns for solve una problems. No, because una talk to this, una guns it go solve una problem. Una don't take the guns them now. So all Anglophones, their agitation, their concerns, their worries, it don't be resolved, right? So the educational system, the Anglophone subsystem of education, it don't be fixed. So when I be complain about say it is so they francophonize on our education system. So now when I don't bring back that when so-called Anglo-Saxon heritage, no be so. Amber boys, they don't restore them for una, right? Right? Okay, so all the complaints where Anglophones they will complain to Yaoundé. All the complaints we want to be talking about francophone up, francophone down, yam done, yam not done, say cassava fall, firewood fall for all of that. All that thing we want to begin to talk up and down about francophones them, it don't be resolved. No be so. There is no more Anglophone marginalization because the Ambazonia terrorists, they don't carry checker from Kradai gun, they fix them. Right? Because I don't hear the Anglophones complaining about marginalization anymore. They don't still complain about police brutality, gendarme brutality, say gendarme they collect 500. As a matter of fact, gendarmes they don't collect 500 anymore. They collect now 5,000. But no Anglophone they complain. You know why? Because it prefer for me to that gendarme pay 5,000 than for me to Amber terrorists they catch it go for bush, it pay 1 million. Amber boys they don't solve them, you see? They don't fix the problem. There is no longer Anglophone marginalization. There is just Ambazonia terrorism. You see? Problem solved. So that is the true Anglophone crisis where we get them right now. It has nothing to do with the Francophones. We don't unleash hell on ourselves. And then today we beg, plead on our knees. Say make the Francophones, they can't resolve our problems for us. Maybe they can't help we to stop the problems so we don't create them in our own communities. When we talk, say, make your own territory ungovernable. That's what Anglophones did. And then they buy guns. They give their own poorly educated banger smokers and criminals. That one no correct. They break open prisons, move the hardened criminals, rapists, murderers, give them guns plus titles, generals. Call them our boys, see them for road. You dash money. You see they repass, you hide them. Military one pass, you hide them. Go tell them, say military there for this side. They go kill them. We're not glad. That is what we've done to ourselves. We don't totally eradicate marginalization and then we bring in Ambazonia terrorism and we are living fine. Problem solved. And now why that way today for 2022, no Anglophone man I need to mention marginalization anymore. Because no marginalization, no day. In the times of marginalization, gendarme collect 500 for road. For 2022, now with no marginalization, no day, gendarme and collect now 5,000. You don't pay the 5,000, they arrest you, go for brigade, now you pay now 500,000. No marginalization. Problem solved. And you will still pay that 500, they glad, because if the Amber terrorists will catch you, you for pay now 1 million. Problem solved. So there is no Anglophone marginalization. And then for even make the situation, make it be even better for una, make una understand, okay? The Anglophones them, where they come out now from the Anglophone zone, they will run because they their own brothers, their own picking them, their own classmates, they will chase them, they will find them for cut their head, cut neck. They run. They will go na Vusai for Francophone zone, for West region, Littoral, Central region. So when they did all the way to Maruagarwangandre, they don't pass, go that far. Yes, they run away to, they run at Francophones, then go Francophone zone. They will run a Cameroon military, then go inside Yaoundé. Some places of Cameroon will be as militarized as Yaoundé. Then they run a marginalization of the Anglophones, then they run the go na Francophone zone. Now what I tell you, I say marginalization, it don't be solved. No man will cry marginalization anymore, no. No man. A day like I say you get mosquito for house. Then wait till you do and say you go buy 77 venomous snakes. Can't run for your own house. Because if you get mosquito inside, you buy snake and then the snake they enter now the bone plus picking them the day. What now for your bed, inside your fridge, inside cupboard, under bed, on top chair, all things snake the day inside. So you plus your own picking the now you pack cargo, come out the run. By the time you want to run now, you run now only you and picking it because you're woman snake, you don't bite and kill and self. You run live plus the woman inside house. That is the story of the Anglophones, the ordinary Anglophone. But ask you say why they run? It's a snake in my house. Ask you say what's the snake come out? He could tell you say nah ye. Go buy and with money, can put that inside your own house. That is the real Anglophone crisis. Ignorance, stupidity. And because of this, Anglophones, they don't totally eradicate that notion that misconception where they be getting for their head, say they be intellectually superior to the Francophones. When I know say time where we grow up, we'll be being made to believe this nonsense now. We'll be made for believe it is so Anglophone man get culture. We'll be made for be proud. Say we'll get heritage. Even that so to one they talk that nonsense say Anglo-Saxon heritage. Like say you know what it mean. So they will be proud. Say we'll get better schools. We'll get good education. We're beginning to be better behaved than the Francophones. That's what Anglophones used to pride themselves in. The educational establishments in the Anglophone zone, Northwest, for Bamenda, for all to Boyang, Kumba, Limbe. We used to pride ourselves in all these things. Who destroy them? We don't eradicate, we don't wipe off that notion, that misconception, because it was a misconception. If we not be overget sense, then how come we not can't take a very short few years we not destroy everything inside the Anglophone zone? Bang 199 cents. Go for buoy. They don't even get a 99 cents, they get a 100+% cents for buoy. Very dull people. When I take me go court because I don't talk so. Nonsense. So now make I talk about why the ambassador terrorism it be being necessary. Like I don't really talk, it be being necessary for dispel that myth and that notion and that misconception. Say Anglophone people they overget sense. It don't dispel all of that. Because we don't demonstrate them nationally and on the international stage. Say we are a bunch of confused, literally idiots. When you look at Ayabacho, Sako Ekome, Chris Anu and the comment Di Marianta and what will they happen for social media. Even when people now give it talk to Asu Lucas, even they laugh. Laughing is not even though it's not a laughing matter, but it is worse than a very bad joke. So it was necessary for we forget this ambassador terrorism, for reawaken the Anglophone consciousness, for learn their history, for understand. Even though the history will be taught to them by a bunch of idiots, the way they get their political agenda, where they get their ulterior motive for radicalize them and make them angry enough to destroy their country. But it don't force the ordinary Anglophone now for understand. One of the fundamental reasons why Cameroon did the way we did, it was not by design of Cameroonians. It was the British and the French, where they divide Cameroon. Cameroon be always been a one and indivisible country. Even under the Germans, it will be one. And after the British and the Germans, I mean the British and the French, they divide the territory. Our forefathers, they vote for can't join back French Cameroon. No man no be put gun for their head. As a matter of fact, the British, they will advise the former Southern Cameroons for vote for joining Nigeria. But what parents, they shing, they deny, they say a lie, would go back, go join the Francophones. The Francophones, the way they've done been an independent sovereign state with a seat at the United Nations, with their own currency, national anthem, a House of Parliament, presidency, all things established with diplomatic missions around the world. It was independent. They don't even need Wuna. Wuna vote. And they told Wuna, including my forefathers, God they born me, Breman Nintong, inside the Anglophone zone. I am a son of the soil. No Kunyam can change that. Our forefathers voted for can't join Cameroon. No man will force them. You had an option. You could have joined Nigeria. But thank the heavens that they joined Cameroon. Now when they vote, they can't join them. When I want to come now with 99 cents. So why they can't talk about two states of equal status. I don't already debunk this nonsense. Equal in what way, I ask you? When one can join as equal, like I don't already talk on the 1st of January 1960, La République du Cameroon gained independence with full autonomy with a seat at the United Nations. While we at the same time, for 1961, 1st of October, when I go join country where he already get a seat at the United Nations, when I come with our own document where they write down for they say, not viable to be independent. When I must join Cameroon or join Nigeria. You come with that and then come and claim over sense, talk about equal status, two states of equal status. You drink a 4-4. I don't ask you this question before. You can't join those people where they get diplomatic missions around the world. They get embassies for New York. They get a high commission for London. They get an embassy for Morocco, for Egypt, all over the world. You become your own. Where they write with your own document for they say you don't even be viable for being independent, but you one can be equal with them. Population-wise, we have been at 1/4 their population. Land size less than 1/4. Financially, money less than 10% step where we get them. An independent country, when I work and talk mob, when I make mob now, people the way they no go book. Can I talk about 2 states of equal status? Now, make I talk them again. The Ambazonian terrorism was necessary. It was necessary to happen for reaffirm exactly who is the true enemy of the Anglophones. When I don't hear Mark Barretta talk him, say, as a matter of fact, Amber terrorists, they don't kill more Anglophones than even the one military don't kill them. That is just the truth, the fact. And no human being will get to eye-brain self-deny. That's just the truth. So it don't make and we understand who our true enemy is. And the true enemy is us. If you want to see the true enemy of the Anglophones, pick a mirror and look at it. You will see the true enemy of the Anglophones. You will see your own reflection looking back at you. It was necessary for the Ambazonian terrorism to happen, for dismantle the SCNC. It was necessary for Mecca to come out publicly with their objectives so that they ban the nonsense. It will end. One day the Ambazonian terrorism will end. And that will be the end of SCNC and anything like it in the future. It not will ever happen again. It will be necessary for we forget Ambazonian terrorism. Because it also proved for the Anglophones how divided a people we are. Just look at the Amber terrorists for Facebook. From the 1,000,001 IGs, the way they don't create them. You see the infighting now? Imagine for 2016, before Ambazonian terrorism, it be gain momentum for the way we did today. Imagine at that time, if you be tell the ordinary Anglophone say this, so this is what is going to happen in 4 or 5 years' time. If I believe you, even me I not for believe. Because at that time, they will get this idea and this notion, say, they are fighting for us. They had that mentality. Okay? But now the reality, this way we live, we are living the reality, which is what? Anglophones are wicked. Wicked people. Wicked to themselves. And they don't demonstrate the wickedness on a daily basis for una. They demonstrate them. From the kidnapping for ransoms, from the picking the way they don't stop them when they don't go to school, cut picking their hands the way they want to go to school, destroy una roads, bridges, hospitals, all things. The wickedness of the Anglophones. They use the nonsense for settled scores. It was necessary for the Anglophone terrorism to happen so that make we learn these truths and this fact. No man will believe you if you tell them for 2016. No man. But because it happened, we don't learn. And also because Anglophone man now a unique creature way. If you only learn from your own mistakes, enough you learn from different man's own. He say experience is the only teacher. Now Anglophone man talk so. They say experience is the best teacher, but Anglophone man talk say na lie. Now the only teacher that I know will learn me nothing until it happened for me. So it was necessary for Anglophone terrorism to happen. And in the end, Cameroon will emerge more bilingual and more united. That's another reason why it was very necessary for Ambazonian terrorism to happen. Because in the end, they don't cause Anglophones in a way they don't get no intention for travel. They don't get no ambition for move, for work and live in the Francophone zones. But now, because of Ambazonian terrorism, they be forced for go work and live in the Francophone zone. For get boyfriend, girlfriend when are Francophones. For rent a house and live with Francophones as neighbors. For start talk French. Whether you like them or not, you go pick up 1 or 2 words. You go improve your vocabulary. You go become more bilingual. Your Pekin, they could definitely talk French. Pekin, and they ask you, as they go for school, they learn one word, you want to know they talk the whole language. They didn't ask you. So now the majority of Anglophones them now, as a matter of fact, all the IGPs now already bilingual people. So it was necessary for Anglophone terrorism to happen. And they don't even call it Ambazonian terrorism anymore. For this Bamenda struggle to happen, it was necessary. Because at the end of it, Cameroon will emerge more bilingual and more united. Most of the Pekin, the way they go born for Yaoundé, their mommy, they go be na francophone, papa na anglophone, or papa na francophone, mommy na anglophone. Yes. It don't already happen. I know plenty of people the way they for dinner, they na human beings and all. When two human beings they meet up, fire go cash. Pekin, they born Pekin, they go. All that Pekin, they think they go ever go back for anglophone zone in the Western time, it be. They don't go. Even the one day they want to go back now, their uncle them, their cousins them, and they go then a francophone zone. They will be in a francophones. The one day they ever return back. You want to return back? Maybe you get one Pekin we live for Douala Yaoundé, or their sister it remain for them because you don't marry in a francophone man. You come back, you want, or something happen. You say and say this, so Cameroon will become even more mixed. They don't just take and turn them. I know how they turn and shoot no. Even water and oil. When I know how water never ever mix with oil, no. But men that man find way for make water mix with oil. Now so, basically, Anglophone terrorism inside Cameroon, it don't be a achute making process. I don't make this analogy before about achute, no. Yes. Now achute making process. It means that they don't turn Cameroon, mix them well. For the way even Goya plus Ndiba, they mix for the way enough is separate them. That is the achute process. Honestly. Now, what's that be day? Before I start talking about you, when I start talking about you, so my belly started grumble. Man, make can't go Cameroon, go chop my better at you. Nonsense. These lessons where we don't learn them in the past 5 to 6 years of ambassador terrorism, the lessons could not have been learned if it not be actually happened. Because Anglophones are a people who say experience is the only teacher. So that is why it was very necessary for ambassador terrorism to happen. My country people then.
Hail, hail, hail the Kumkumasa. We the Cameroonians, we pledge our loyalty. Kumkumasa, Kumkumasa, you shall free our country from terror. And your blessing shall be like the stars above. The Most High God shall be your guide.
Thank you, plenty my country people them. I just want to appreciate all when I don't take part for the live broadcast, especially the ones the way they share. I don't see a few of them. I don't leave comments before I go. I want to read 1 or 2 comments them and also for share with una. I want to appreciate as usual. We get Sunshine Amber. It's a even Congo failure confirmed at that non-entity master. We did talk about that idiot. When I look at a better comment way. So we get Mohammed Yaya talks greetings to His Highness the Igwe, King of all the Black Legs. I salute you too. Get Patrick Koto say Musango Mumenawa Igwe. Jesus. I know me say the talk na your country talk. That one it sounds like backward or something like that. It sounds very literalish. So we get Cameroon for life kumkuma. It say them say cockroach way jump foul jump balok. I never ever hear that one. Okay. We get Kennedy Lamso Holike. It say King of Kings, we are with you. Plus. Mina Lifaka talk say share. Yes, we na share them. I beg, more I need to talk about that idiot for here. We get Vivian Lemfon. It talks say watching though late. Even though you be late, share them. Mina Lifaka say problem solved. Yes, when Anglophones they carry checker from Kwadai guns to go bush, problem solved. They don't get them no more Anglophone crisis, so no more crisis. Amber terrorists don't solve their problem. We get Patrick Ototos. All we need is peace, so enough is enough. Okay. When I get the peace now, I get peace for London. No, ma just tell you if I don't know. Ma read this one. This one are from Ben Dan. It's also my king. I was rewatching the interview of Tibo Nagy with Chris Anus and the one with Capo Daniel. And I was thinking, we the Black Legs can also invite Tibo Nagy to a live. What do you think about that? That man no reach my level, oh. Well, I want to do my life with the talk with that kind of kunya. Make it go for Amber terrorists, go shit on for they begin talk to them. Nonsense. Say, imagine me, I go shit on the talk to when I for gain weighty. I not get attention Any person want to talk to you, any journalist or whoever, where they do anything, that one na business. But when I don't talk and finish them, if I talk some part for the way, I say I feel make hay, I feel use them to my advantage for put out a specific point, then I'll do it. See me cross. That's what I do. So we get at the beginning, Patrick talk. At the beginning, I was behind them, but when they started burning schools and asking ransom, they destroy everything. So, Anglophones created Ambazonian terrorism. We cannot deny it. Go up and down. If we make all this noise, we cannot deny the truth and the reality. My country people them. My country people them. My country people them. Today, now Friday the 21st of October 2022. I salute all my country people them. Cameroonianness.